Yo, Sagiecenter is back. And I got my special guest with me, Little Big TJ. It's unusual because TJ, every time he's been on Sagiecenter, we talk football. But we got a special episode for y'all because I owe TJ this episode for basketball for years. For years, and it has to do with the Lakers. But I'm going to let him get into it a little bit later, but I'm happy he got on the show. We have a lot to talk about the NBA. Most importantly, the Lakers, state of the Lakers. It's crazy because TJ saw this 2-3 years ago, even when everybody was excited about the AD trade. He saw it, and he wasn't a fan of it because of the talent. So we're going to let him talk about that, and I'm going to let him get his stuff off because he has earned my respect to come on here. So without further ado, I'm just going to ask you, I'm going to start off the question, TJ, and this is a simple question. Was that one ship in the bubble that the Lakers won, if that's the only championship LeBron wins with the Los Angeles Lakers, would it justify the Anthony Davis trade?
It's a good question. To be completely honest, it's subjective. It's per person, but some people will say, yes, the trade was well worth it just because it brings Laker Nation back to that ideology and back to that fame of, oh, we're Hollywood, we are the best. But the true Lakers fans, they're going to say no. I was a true Lakers fan, and I full-heartedly disagree with the trade. The trade actually showed me the Lakers' weakness. Lakers development team is trash. And
I agree.
Kobe covered it up for so long with his greatness. And people might say, well, Andrew Bynum wasn't trash. Kobe made that man a dog.
And don't forget he played with Paul Gasol too, and Lamar.
And then what happened when Andrew Bynum left? Knee injuries, and never found the love for the game again. Boom, out of there, right?
Like $50 million just to chill, bro. Is he still getting paid by Philly?
I don't know, but I know who's still getting paid. Luol Deng by the Lakers more than Carmelo.
Oh yeah. That's
the funny thing.
Hey, Deng is. I was kicking away in New York. That's another story.
Getting paid, but on top of that, it just showed that the development team is trash. Just needs to be worked on, and what they did with AD, trading him for all those pieces, all those young pieces, it basically slapped them in the face and told them, "You're not good enough to be a Laker. You're not good enough to play with Kobe Bryant. I mean, not Kobe Bryant, LeBron James." And I call this because
you did.
LeBron James,
you did,
mind you, because everybody likes to say TJ thinks LeBron. TJ's a LeBron hater. I think LeBron is an amazing man. I think he outranks God rest his soul, Kobe as a man, and Michael Jordan as a man, as a father and a man, just overall. But as a player, I think he's a great player. What I don't really agree with is I think he wants things done his way and his way only, and that's what hinders teams. When he goes to a team, it's LeBron way. What LeBron wants, LeBron gets. And I saw that happen with the Lakers with Kobe at the tail end, and that's why the Lakers were suffering. But it seems like they didn't learn from their mistakes, and they repeat the same mistakes. And with that, they trade away Brandon Ingram, a rising talent. They trade away Josh Hart. It's not a great talent, but Josh Hart's a good person. You could.
He was a good role player. He's still with New Orleans right now.
Lonzo Ball, that boy's looking nasty.
We're gonna speak about Lonzo later.
Nasty. And I know this wasn't for all those draft picks as well, but I know this wasn't for
you gave up on Randall.
You gave up on Randall.
Too soon.
You gave up on D'Lo. I understand it was a lock-in situation, but D'Lo got out of there a little bit too soon. Also, I know it wasn't because you guys couldn't. I don't know the reason specifically. Jordan Clarkson wasn't supposed to leave.
Yeah. No. What happened with Jordan Clarkson? Jordan Clarkson was actually traded to the Cavs that last year of LeBron being there. So remember Jordan Clarkson, remember that season when Kyrie got traded to Boston, they got Cavs got Isaiah Thomas back, D-Wade, all that, and then the team, similar to how the Lakers look now, a whole bunch of talented people were calling them but then when they start playing again, the Lakers don't have LeBron didn't have enough. They traded that whole team at the trade deadline. When Wade went back to Miami, IT went to the Lakers. That's how they got Clarkson and Nance.
Okay.
So
Nance isn't too bad.
And Nance isn't too bad. And just looking back at it, when you talk about, like you said, it was subjective. Does a trade? My thing about AD, and I was very big. Like when the trade, I was adamant with you, like, TA, you're crazy. This is Anthony Davis. This is the best player LeBron ever played with. And yeah, they had that one championship, that first round, but it was in the bubble. And I will continue to say, but ever since Anthony Davis has been out of the bubble, Anthony Davis has not been a top 5 player.
You want to know?
He's not been a top 10 player.
You want to know a fun take? A real fun take, a real hot take too. And a lot of people might give me side eyes and make me think I'm crazy, but a lot of the top players and all-stars you see play with LeBron, their game highly digresses while they're playing with LeBron. Bosh, Love, wait a little bit, Anthony Davis now. The only one that you could kind of say that didn't really take a nosedive was one person, and that's the person that is his arch nemesis, Mr. Voice of the unemployment, Kyrie Irving. And
I would disagree to you to a certain extent. The Anthony Davis one, I don't think that's more of LeBron. I just think that's on Anthony Davis not being able to be. Because when he plays with LeBron, Anthony Davis actually puts up better numbers. Is when the surprise thing is you would think being a top 5 player, when LeBron has to take some rest or stuff like when LeBron goes to the bench or stuff like that, Anthony Davis will step up his game more. But he doesn't. But it doesn't take away. I don't think it took away just like the other. With the Bosh and the Wade situation, we knew Wade told LeBron after that first year, yo, this is your team. I got to take a step back. Bosh needed to be, he made Bosh a 3-and-D guy. That was the difference between Bosh and Kevin Love. Kevin Love didn't want to be a 3-and-D guy.
Let me ask you a question.
What?
The team Anthony Davis had in New Orleans that he wanted to leave, and the team Anthony Davis have now with LeBron not there, which team is better?
I would say the New Orleans team had talent, but that's the thing.
What team was better?
But But Anthony, what besides the playoff series against Portland, Anthony Davis was in the playoffs I think two times or 3 times before LeBron. He'll have good numbers, but Anthony Davis has never carried a team. And I think that's one thing that we have to also understand.
He carried that New Orleans team that has less than what he currently has on the Lakers.
Yeah, he carried it for like 1 year though.
So I'm asking. So
I don't think it's not. And I think this is where you're again. That is not LeBron's fault. That is not. LeBron does not take away from Anthony Davis' game. I think actually that's the most person that complements LeBron's game. It's more of Anthony Davis' mindset why his game is not. I would give you the Wade, the Bosh, the Love. I would give you that like it was the. But LeBron actually wants Anthony Davis to be the better player than him, and Anthony Davis has not stepped up to do that on a consistent basis. So I don't think that's on LeBron. I think that's more on LeBron is 37 years old, about to be 37.
So like you just said, LeBron wants AD to still be the better player. He wants AD to be the face of the organization. That's quote unquote what you said, right? Go look at the numbers of when they quote unquote won their first championship in the bubble. AD and LeBron numbers weren't that far apart, right? But no matter what they did, just like how everybody said when Steph and KD joined, it's gonna be KD is gonna be the front runner and the winner, but it's always gonna be Steph's face on the organization. That's the same way it's gonna be with Lakers. No matter how big and how good AD gets, you have one of the greatest players in the world. His face is always going to.
I think you're trying to bring something. You're trying to bring drama that is not there. And let's look at it like this: LeBron just missed the last 8 games, and you just said this Lakers team is better than New Orleans team. That Lakers team was trashed on. And Anthony Davis is supposed to be one of the top defenders. The Lakers are 27th in the NBA in defensive. How is that LeBron James' fault? How is that LeBron James' fault?
That's what I'm trying to ask. So how did he digress from carrying a team to the championship to like he can't do anything with the team that's?
But what do you mean carry a team? What team did he carry?
Team.
He didn't carry them to the championship.
Not championship, but the playoffs. I mean.
But he did that 1 year though. He spent 7 years in New Orleans, made to the playoffs twice. He was swept the first one, and then he was bounced. Then he went beat Portland in the second one. Besides that, he had years of
But
he had a losing
but,
record.
But he was still the face.
Yeah, but they had a loser. They had a
but
loser record.
He has more to deal with on this team. He has more to use on this team.
I just disagree that it has. I think Anthony Davis digression has less to do with LeBron more, and has more to do with Anthony Davis not being on the court on a consistent basis too. Anthony Davis is always getting hurt.
Factor.
So,
but Anthony Davis also getting hurt a lot in New Orleans as well, and that's a factor that they knew before trading all those pieces. Like I said beforehand, that's why I didn't agree with the trade.
Yeah, and you came here, you gave your stuff. To the next topic that you were talking about a few years ago, the Golden State Warriors, and
it's fun.
Golden State Warriors.
Funny.
And let me tell you this right now, Golden State's 14-2, man. Klay Thompson just got cleared to play 5-out-5. Hey, let me say this. A lot of people are giving Stephen A. Smith slack about that Lakers comment. I'm going to tell you this right now, guys. He is right. I'm not trying to... It has nothing to do with LeBron's ability. Let's look at this. LeBron's going to be 37 in December. Mm-hmm. Do you think your chances are going to get better to win a championship as you're aging and you don't have that much wiggle room with draft picks and stuff? So I don't think people are seeing it in a logical way. LeBron is all world, but LeBron's been getting hurt for the last few years. It's not about when LeBron's on the court, it's can he stay on the court? These nagging injuries, ankle, abdominal, is catching up to him. LeBron James is in his, I think, 19th season in NBA. And you count his playoff games. He has played an additional 3 full seasons. 22 seasons in the NBA. A full season.
It doesn't sound like he was sweeping a lot of teams. That's what it doesn't sound like.
So, it doesn't. But that's what I'm saying. Like, when Stephen A. is Golden State's going to be in the way, there's other teams going to be. It's not a cakewalk. If LeBron don't get to the championship this year and win it, LeBron ain't winning another ship ever. And I'll mark that down, and you can bookmark what I said.
A lot of people are forgetting, and I'm still, again, I'm not a LeBron fan, but I'm a realist, right? If the Lakers get to the playoff healthy, the only team in the West that will stop them is Golden State Warriors.
I think Phoenix.
A team that has a possible Phoenix has
because they have the mentality now.
But they have the mindset, they have the personality. But what a lot of people are forgetting, and it just somewhat appeared, a spark of it appeared. Lakers have been playing this whole season without their young guns that they're heavily relying on that could shoot.
The only young gun that's out now is Kyrie Young.
Yeah, exactly. But THT came back and he came back and hooped. But hold on. So like if you have a hooping THT, and then we have a LeBron healthy, and we're still having to Melo off the bench. I'm saying I'm not a LeBron fan, but I'm a realist. If the Lakers can make it to the playoffs healthy, the only team that stands in their way is Golden State, and the reason why I say Golden State is because Golden State will shoot them out the gym, and if it comes down to a close game, Golden State will beat them at the free throw line, without a doubt.
Another thing, Golden State will make them have to go to small lineup. Golden State has made a lot of teams this year, their defense and just their offense has made, when they played the Nets, Steve Nash didn't play LaMarcus Aldridge until the third quarter when it was about to be a blowout. They played the Lakers, you have to go small with Golden State. There's no way possible putting a big man. Anthony Davis will have. But my thing with the Lakers is the shooting. I don't know what we're to expect of Kendrick Nunn. We haven't, he had good last few seasons. I don't know what Kendrick Nunn we're gonna see. I can't put my faith in Kendrick Nunn. I love Kendrick Nunn. He's from Chicago. I'm not gonna sit here. Horton Tucker is. I think that he's amazing. I don't know why they still have Horton Tucker, but another about him is he's a scorer that needs the ball in his hands. So he's somebody I'm looking at as the second unit that they have to probably coordinate in the second unit.
You know why?
But they don't have enough scoring in the first.
Second unit is Westbrook unit.
Yeah, but Horton Tucker
and after Westbrook,
he needs to learn how to play off the ball more.
You're not that he does. But after Westbrook and Melo's already coming off the bench, you're not going to tell Melo you're coming off the bench and you're going to be my third option.
Yeah. So are we in agreement that we think Golden State is going to the championship if healthy?
All health wise, I didn't finish the take.
Okay.
So I feel Golden State could definitely beat the Lakers if all teams are healthy. And I feel there's another team. I feel Phoenix will give them a stir.
Phoenix is hot right now. They're only one game out of the
one team, I believe, if fully healthy, Utah Jazz. I like Utah. I want to put Denver in it, but I don't like Denver because they have too much injuries and Michael Porter Jr. and back injury.
Yeah, I told you he got paid. I told you he got paid and he got lazy.
But Utah, I feel Utah needs to show Mitchell you could win here, and by that is by beating LeBron. If I beat LeBron, you could claim the West. But another X factor that you need to watch out for the Warriors. And I need people to really watch out for him. The rookie, I forgot his name, Kawinka or something like that. He is an X factor. He's going to be a defensive key because he's going to be playing against a lot of the opponent's best players. Just watch it.
So just to move this along, I'm going to give a few updates just on the Brooklyn end and the Philly end. One, I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of tired talking about Kyrie Irving and Ben Simmons. I really don't care too much about both of them. They're on my fantasy team, but they're both. There may be a. But the update with both of them, the NBA has told both Brooklyn and Philly that you can continue to fine and withhold money from both players how you please, but you're gonna pay luxury tax on those players. So why that key is. The 76ers fined Ben Simmons earlier in the week, again, for not being on the road trip. Ben Stance is saying that mental health, but no NBA mental health professional, not from the team nor from the NBA or the Player Association, is deemed Ben Simmons not mentally capable to play. That's the key people are not understanding, and where Rich Paul and nobody, he has a job to do. And he's getting paid millions of dollars as I said, he's trying to get over. Same thing with Kyrie. So these situations are going to be ratified quickly because when you're paying luxury tax, it's a problem. So,
what I'll say about the situation is Ben Simmons, you're still my boy. Look out, Ben. But I think Philly overplayed their hand. They got greedy.
I agree. They got greedy.
You literally had sitting on the table from Toronto, if I believe they're willing to give him OG a pick, and I believe I think Fred or somebody.
They had Fred VanVleet. Bro, they had a good. I'm thinking about that deal now. That was actually a decent deal.
Philly, you got
Fred VanVleet with OG. I forgot that package was on. At some point in the summer,
a good deal. You got greedy. You didn't take that deal.
I remember now.
Other teams gave you great deal for Ben Simmons, and you haven't taken it. And for that, now you're in a pissing competition with Ben Simmons, and both of y'all are going to lose because you guys are eventually Ben Simmons is going to step back on the court. And if he step back on the court and he literally looks like trash, you're not going to want to play him, and teams are going to devalue his trade value even more. But guess what? He's on the court, and guess who has to pay him? You do.
Yes.
So the only thing I could see, I see a win-win situation, but another thing has to be a third-team trade, and actually it's not a win-win situation because I believe Philly will still lose. Make it a 3-team trade. Have Kyrie has been inside of it. Have another team. At the end of the day, it's gonna be crazy. At the end of the day, Philly will end up getting Kyrie if the 3-team trade works. Ben will probably go to the third team, and Nets will take pieces from the third team. But the reason why I think Philly is going to lose is because Philly can't only give up Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
I feel they have to give up Seth Curry, and if you give up Seth Curry, Mr. 50, 40, 90 at the current moment, you're heavily relying on.
You have to get somebody back in person. So, but
it'll be most likely straight Kyrie and picks.
Yeah. So, but. Hey, we'll see what happens. That thing has been on all season. Just to wrap up the show, I'm gonna give Osagie's top 5 players. Let's see if you disagree in the NBA right now. And this is just I'm not putting in her players like Kawhi or anything.
Are you doing order?
Yes, this is order. Top 5. I see it currently in the NBA.
Ooh.
Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Giannis, Luka, LeBron.
Oh, but you said, are you mentioning her players? LeBron is still.
LeBron is. I'm not. When I say hurt, I mean you're not. I don't really see you playing this season, or you have a chance not to play until late. Like somebody like Kawhi. LeBron is just when LeBron played. Like LeBron. When LeBron plays, LeBron's still a top 5 player. He's still a top 5 player.
Run that back for me one more time.
So I have Steph Curry, Kevin Durant,
Mm-hmm.
Giannis, Luka, LeBron.
So I'm not gonna be disrespectful to the man. I see what you're doing, and you earn my respect. Paul George is playing like a top 5 player right now.
Yes,
He is playing like a top 5 player right now.
Yes.
Again, I understand the record doesn't show it.
No. The record does show it.
I'm not talking about Clippers. I understand the record doesn't show it. But the team has been healthy, but he's been holding it down by himself. Really, Giannis has been playing like a top 2 player.
Oh yeah.
And I can't
KD's
and that's why it's difficult because I can't knock Steph off.
And KD's
and I can't knock KD off. KD has the best field goal percentage, and he's not even in the top 5 in field goal attempts. So it's very hard. So I agree with your top 3, right? I'll give you your top 3. Your bottom 2, I feel, has room to improve. I haven't really seen LeBron play like this year, and Luka just got hurt. I haven't really seen those two, so I'll leave those 2 up and changing. One thing I can say is James Harden or Dame Lillard definitely don't deserve those 2 spots.
They don't even mean to me. They're not playing like top 10 players. Shit, but
real awful.
But yeah, I think we gotta agree with the list. I think we can agree our top team in the NBA right now is Golden State. Our surprise team in the NBA is the Washington Wizards.
No, it's not. I wasn't surprised, and I called this. I said this from the beginning. Washington Wizards relied heavily on Bradley Beal. Last year, Bradley Beal had Russell Westbrook, and we see how much that is, and he still managed to make it to the playoffs. Right now, Bradley Beal actually has a decent team. He has Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie is no chump. Montrez is no chump. Montrez will give you buckets. He'll give you effort. Kuz is no chump. Kuz is he's not as what everybody expects him to be. But Kuz didn't know his role with the Lakers, and he kept on saying that he didn't know his role. If he knows his role here, he'll be fine. Mind you, the Wizards had shooters already in place, right? So Bradley Beal has what it takes, and another team that everybody needs to look out for, because right now I think they will upset one of those teams people think is going to championships.
If you say the name,
yeah, I hate to say it, the Bulls.
Go Bulls! And on that note, I'll be at the Bulls game next Saturday against the Heat, and then followed by December 6th against the Nuggets, and then I will see y'all right before Christmas against the Lakers. Go Bulls!
And then the Heat.
Oh, hey, the East. Hey, that's one thing to end this. The East is better than the West right now. The East has.
Lord have
the
mercy.
East is better than the West right now. The East got better. We haven't even got into LaMelo Ball and them Charlotte Hornets.
Oof. You know the crazy part? The crazy part is before I feel like we're old now because we saw the transition of how the West was the powerhouse and everybody was just dogging the East. And now the East is the powerhouse.
I think it's because that LeBron
that's all.
That LeBron now you have
stars
who have. You still have, if you think about it, you still have a lot more of like the name stars out west, but the East has just got better.
It's just hoopers. It's not. It's more team effort, rather than a star player being impacted. But to wrap up, I think it was the top 10 teams rankings.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I ain't even argue with him.
So it's top 10 team rankings right now.
I think I might have erased a little bit.
Right now, top 10 teams, if I have to, healthy and playing right now, it'll be the Nets, it'll be Golden State, it'll be Bucks, Suns, Miami, Lakers, Utah, 76ers. How many teams is that? 2, 4, 6, 8. And then Bulls was also up there because I like the way they're playing. They're playing as a whole team. And finally, if I had to select a team, it would be
Wizards. You didn't put the Wizards in there.
It's not Wizards. I can't. I think they're a good team, but I don't think they're a legit top 10 team. I think they'll make an upset, but I think they'll get washed.
If I had a team in the West, Denver.
I'm not sold on Denver because of MPJ and Michael Porter Jr. and Jamal Murray being hurt. I'm not sold on them, honestly.
Well, we'll probably have to find out that 10 team.
That 10 team, yeah, that 10 team is to be determined.
Way to find out. Follow him at Little Big TJ on IG. Follow me at Sagiecenter 2.0. Please hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. Pass his videos along. We're gonna have this all season long. Some fun things. This was fun, my brother. Thank you. I'll come in Sagiecenter again.
Anytime, brother. Anytime.
Tomorrow my boys play. Your Baltimore Ravens. Khalil's out of the season, so
be more.
We'll see how that goes. But
big trust.
This is Sagi.
21 blowout. Hey, Lamar, wrap that ass up. We fell out last week. Take it out on the Bears.
It's Sagiecenter, and we out. Go Bears.